Hello, everyone. This is Michelle, the Childcare Entrepreneur. Now, I have up on the screen here the plan outlined in New Jersey by Governor Murphy to help with child care investments. Let me just read the title. Murphy administration announces additional child care investments to support working families, child care workers, and providers. So I read this over and I was a little bit surprised. It came out October 13th, and there have been lots of meetings in reference to this. And I believe additional monies are coming as well. So let's take a look at this and then I'll give you my thoughts on what I was thinking when I read this. All right, so says plan will help eligible families with childcare costs, provide bonus pay to workers, and support providers with grants. Trenton, Governor Phil Murphy and Human Services Acting Commissioner Sarah Adelman today announced plans to invest more than $700 million to help parents pay for childcare, provide bonus pay to childcare workers, and distribute grants and increase support for childcare providers. We know that childcare is one of the key challenges facing families, especially single moms, as they rejoin our workforce, said Governor Murphy. Through these investments, we are committed to providing the necessary support to ensure that this challenge does not become an obstacle. As we continue to manage and recover from the challenge of the pandemic, childcare continues to be a top priority to strengthening our economy and our workforce. Acting Commissioner Adelman said, "We know that affordable, reliable, and quality childcare is especially critical for working mothers who have been disproportionately affected by the impacts of the pandemic. We are committed to doing everything we can to strengthen and support every segment of childcare in New Jersey. We also thank our congressional delegation for their hard work and contributions to bringing these dollars to New Jersey families." And then it goes on to talk about the initiatives and what they build. And then it talks about the announcement of this new funding. Governor Murphy and Human Services will have invested more than $1 billion in childcare over the course of the administration, after more than a decade of the childcare industry receiving no new increases. So definitely it's time. Since we've been talking, we have been writing, we have been calling pre-pandemic for a lot of these changes to occur. So let's get down to exactly who gets what. All right, so supporting children and families by reducing childcare costs and putting dollars back into the pockets of New Jersey families. So remember, this is New Jersey. Each state may be different. So they're going to continue to help eligible families by covering the additional amount they may owe for fees or the difference between what the state pays and the provider charges. This assistance began in September and is now extended to December 2023. These additional payments provide up to $300 for full-time care or $150 for part-time care per eligible child per month on top of the child care assistance rate paid by the state on behalf of the family. Waiving co-payments in the state's child care subsidy, implementing financial incentives to increase the number of child care providers that offer non-traditional evening and weekend hours. Okay, so the parents won't have to pay that copay, and the state will make up the difference between what we charge and what the parents owe. All right, recruiting and supporting childcare workers. To increase childcare capacity, $1,000 bonuses will be provided beginning this winter to help providers recruit new childcare employees and retain current childcare staff. Funding for an additional bonus will be provided in summer 2022. The bonuses will be partly funded from the Child Care Revitalization Fund signed into law by Governor Murphy that provides $30 million to human services for child care workforce assistance. Okay. So that is the increase in the bonuses, because we are hiring and we also want to retain these workers. So it doesn't say how much will be coming additionally. So we'll have to see with that. So supporting child care providers. This is what stood out for a lot of family child care providers in New Jersey. Child care providers will be eligible for 2 new rounds of pandemic stabilization grants to help stabilize and sustain their operations. For licensed child care centers, grant availability will range from $20,000 to $80,000 in the first round, depending on the number of children they serve. The grants will be $2,000 for family child care providers. Providers can use these dollars to support their operating expenses such as wages and benefits, rent and utilities, cleaning and sanitizing, facilities maintenance and improvements. Grants will also again be made available for summer youth camp providers in 2022 and 2023 to help cover COVID-related costs and assist families with paying for summer camp. The plan builds on the Murphy administration's efforts to strengthen childcare in New Jersey through new investments in childcare. So then it also goes on to talk about before the pandemic and the administration supporting affordable childcare. And then it goes on to say what has already been done in the childcare business. Now, I want to go back to the supporting childcare providers. For licensed childcare centers, grant availability will range from $20,000 to $80,000 in the first round. This is for centers, depending on the number of children they serve. The grants will be $2,000 for family childcare providers. I thought that maybe there was a zero missing behind the 2. And I want to tell you, a lot of family childcare providers feel that this is not enough. I believe words were used like, this is not enough. I thought we were essential. This is a slap in the face. All kinds of things like that. And we had discussions over and over again about the monies that would have been great to receive along the same lines as centers. As essential workers and being an essential part of an industry that is necessary to sustain economy, to sustain a workforce, it would have been great to at least have had the same advantage of applying for grant as a center. And this is something that we as family childcare providers, educators, entrepreneurs have been talking pre-pandemic. So it was a huge disappointment. And I know I read another article about perhaps maybe more money coming. So we don't know. So after reading this and really just talking with other providers and just kind of coming up, what exactly came to me as I was reading this and after really giving it some thought. And I came up with the 3 Ps. And the 3 Ps are professionalism, practice, and policy. And I just want to take a minute to go over those 3 Ps that I use in my business and that I think would be really helpful to help others understand where we need to be as entrepreneurs, as caregivers, as educators in this industry. And the first P is professionalism. It's something that I pride myself on in my business. And under professionalism, and what I'm thinking is that we create, right? So creating an environment of continuous learning, that is key to our industry. Adhere to a set of standards, high standards, whatever that means. If that means creating a niche in that business, creating what is called high quality by providing a service that is unlike any other childcare business, or whatever that high standard may be. A code of conduct, which is also a collection of qualities that characterize an accepted practice. Problem-solving skills, strong professional reputation, and a high level of excellence and ethic. So this is a part of the professionalism that I pride myself on, that a lot of the family childcare providers as well. And it also helps to define us as another very, very important part of this industry of childcare. And over again, we know, and childcare providers have to understand, that we are not babysitters, and that we are running business and we're providing a service. The next of the 3 Ps is practice. And in practice, we show what that professionalism means as a family childcare educator. And so we come up with objectives. We're measuring our goals. We're producing good results. We're keeping those financial records. We're setting goals. We have high impact marketing. We use best practices, and we are motivated. So that is what is key in terms of practice for family childcare educators, and being seen as professionals in this business. And then the last P is policy. And policy is something I think quite new. I know for me, it's very new in the business of childcare, and specifically family childcare. And the business and the policy is where we define and we speak. And I think we saw a lot of this as we are rallying for our business, and letting others know, as well as our state, that we are and want to be a part of policy. And so some of the things that we did and we need to continue to do is to be deliberate in our systems and our outcomes. We need to have a governance as a body. So as a collective, we're strong. Our decision-making in our operations needs to be strong. And we need to create a voice that identifies explicit priorities within our industry of family childcare. So I came up with those 3 Ps as a way of us really thinking about family childcare, where we have been, where we've come, and how far we still have to go. And like I said, in talking with a lot of the other family childcare providers and those that really spoke up for us in receiving these monies, we really have to continue to talk. We have to continue to let our legislators know who we are, how we operate, and that we are an important and collective business that provides a highly valued service, right? Within New Jersey, which is where I am, but within all of the states. So like I said, I don't know what each state is receiving in terms of these funds, but we're not finished talking yet. And we're not finished letting our legislatures know who we are and how important we are. So I hope you got something out of this with the 3 Ps. What else can we do as family childcare providers here? So take care, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.